Your opening words may be the most important part of the presentation, so think it through. If the introduction does not arouse interest, the other person may terminate the conversation before we can give a witness. We will be more effective if we carefully prepare the first sentence or two that we will say after giving a customary greeting. We might say, "Many people are concerned about," or "I would like to get your opinion on," or say something else. Then pick a topic that is of local interest and ask a well-worded viewpoint question that will draw the person into the conversation. So the question that we leave with a householder at the end of one visit is what we can latch onto at the beginning of our next visit so that we can keep the train of thought going from one conversation to the next. For example, on the initial call you could ask, "Why is there so much suffering in the world?" After discussing that, raise the question, "How does God feel about our suffering?" But don't answer the question until your next visit. After answering that question on the first return visit, leave the person with this question: "What will God do to end our suffering?" to be discussed on your next visit. It is also important to have an objective in mind for each return visit. Before making the call, think about what you want to accomplish on that call. If you raised a question the last time, your objective will surely include answering that question from the Bible. Of course, the ultimate objective is to try to start a Bible study in the Enjoy Life Forever brochure.
Of course, the ultimate objective is to try to start a Bible study in the Enjoy Life Forever brochure. Well, again, thank you for being so transparent and so blatant, Robert Siranko. And bear in mind, this is a convention that outsiders are being encouraged to attend. I went to the doctor's for an appointment, and before I went in for my appointment, my father-in-law, who is a Jehovah's Witness and for various complicated reasons isn't shunning me, he came out of the doctor's and we said hi to each other. And I went in and had my appointment. And then when I came out, I had to go to the reception. And on the desk, there was a Pursue Peace Convention invitation. And my first thought was, who on earth? Who on earth has come to this doctor's surgery and just plonked an invitation to this convention, which ironically I'm in the process of producing rebuttals to, on the desk of the receptionist? And it was, weirdly, it was only later that the penny dropped. It was my father-in-law who put it on the desk. My point being that it's not just believing Jehovah's Witnesses who are expected to watch this. This convention is being actively marketed to non-Jehovah's Witnesses. In fact, let's take a look at the invitation, if Tibor is gracious. You can actually download it off the website. I'll read the first few words. "We warmly invite you." You can tell Stephen Lett's written that part. "We warmly invite you to watch this year's 3-day convention presented by Jehovah's Witnesses. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, this year's convention program is being presented on jw.org. Sessions will be posted incrementally in July and August. Free program, no login or registration required." And then it has program highlights for Saturday sessions, which is what we're in. So ordinary members of the public are being invited to the Saturday sessions, including what we've just seen. Is it possible to enjoy peace if you suffer from illness, economic problems, natural disasters, or other difficulties? Watch an uplifting video that shows what people around the world are doing to enjoy peace. So I'm showing you all of this just to make it very clear that, again, outsiders are supposed to derive insight from the information we're being shown, which awkwardly is showing outsiders just how scripted, just how formalistic the preaching or indoctrination work of Jehovah's Witnesses is. They've just been told, imagine you're attending, you're watching it on your device, perhaps with some friends with you who are Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're trying to indoctrinate you. You're attending this as someone who's just interested to know what all the fuss is about. And you're being told that the conversation that initially hooked you in, the conversation that sparked your interest in Jehovah's Witnesses, was all scripted. It was all mapped out. It was subject to various principles and do's and don'ts. And the ultimate objective in having this conversation wasn't really to get your opinion. It was to rope you into having a Bible study with Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm not exaggerating in my choice of words. Listen to what Robert Siranko says.
Pick a topic that is of local interest and ask a well-worded viewpoint question that will draw the person into the conversation.
We want to draw someone into a conversation. That's a totally healthy thing to do. To draw someone in, to, pull them in as though they're some kind of fish. Again, imagine watching this as someone who's been invited to the convention and hasn't yet gone through the indoctrination, so that you're conditioned to think that all of this is normal. And I love the part where Robert Siranko says,
we will be more effective if we carefully prepare the first sentence or two that we will say after giving a customary greeting.
Have you prepared your customary greeting? What customary greeting? The humans require a customary greeting so that you can start a conversation with them. Is it okay if I just say hello? Insufficient. That is too simplistic. You should say something like, how are you enjoying the weather today, human? God, it really is like that, isn't it? We can joke about it, but isn't the whole point of conversation that it needs to be organic? If you need to script a dialogue with someone with the aim of drawing them, with the aim of getting them involved in a Bible study, then it's not a genuine conversation, is it? You are trying to trick that person. And what does it say about Jehovah's Witnesses if their religion requires trickery and manipulation in order for people to join?